What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And man, we could be on the edge of a nuclear war in multiple fronts. You guys have asked me to talk about different stuff on the second channel here, so I am going to talk about this as I do have some insight into it. And why I think some of the recent moves by the current administration and the White House could be putting us all at risk. All right, guys, I'm talking about this strictly from a military aspect. I'm not talking about this from a political aspect as best as I can. Um, you know, there's some recent changes that came from the Biden administration as well as Europe that are allowing Ukraine to use weapon systems that will allow them to fire deep into Russia. Why is that a problem? Don't we want Ukraine to win? Like, I get it, I understand it, I understand where you're coming from in that vein, right? Russia invaded them, they should be able to do whatever they need to do to defend themselves, right? I agree. Keyword is defend themselves. This could spark World War III. And what I mean by that is Putin could take this and say, this is a direct attack by the United States and or NATO on Russia, and respond in kind. Now, whenever you're dealing with a country that has that amount of nuclear weapons, no matter how many of them may be defunct or don't work anymore or defective or maybe never leave the launch pad, zero need to leave the launch pad. Absolutely none need to leave the launch pad. Not only could we possibly be facing that, but you know what Russia's now also doing? They're helping Iran with their nuclear weapon program. They already make bombs. That's the next logical step. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. And if you think it's going to stop there, it's not. We could be fighting on three fronts. Because China will jump in. They'll try to take Taiwan. Because we're going to be busy defending Europe when Article 5 gets enacted. Because Russia strikes or hits something else outside of Ukraine. Or, God forbid, uses a tactical nuke in Ukraine. And at the same time, you're going to have Iran probably do some kind of public demonstration or test showing that they actually have the bomb. And then that changes things. Because now they actually could wipe out Israel. So you could be fighting in the Middle East, you could be fighting in Europe, and you could be fighting in the Pacific and Asia. You know, the Pacific in the Pacific region, the China Sea, and Asia on land, as well as Russia. Sound appetizing? Because it doesn't to me. Not when two of those countries have more nuclear weapons combined than everybody else in the world. It sounds like a disaster to me. This is just dropping. You know, a Putin ally says Russia already has a basis to start a nuclear war. During a recent Russian state media program, Russian TV host Vladimir Solyubov said that Russian President Vladimir Putin already has a basis to start a nuclear war based on the country's current nuclear doctrine. In August, amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, Kyiv launched its own counteroffensive into Kursk, crossing into Russian territory, marking the first time Russian territory has been seized since World War II. However, Ukraine's offensive sparked nuclear concerns from Moscow, which accused the Eastern European nation last month of attempting to attack a nuclear power plant using drones. The conflict has long raised concerns about whether Russia could deploy nuclear weapons. Putin has repeatedly made eyebrow-raising statements about nuclear weapons amid the war, as Moscow has more nuclear warheads than any other country on the planet. According to the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, during the recent program, he warned about a nuclear response following Ukraine's counteroffensive into Kursk, stating that Russia already has a basis to start a nuclear war, citing the country's nuclear doctrine. According to Reuters, the existing 2020 nuclear doctrine says Russia may use nuclear weapons in the event of a nuclear attack by an enemy or a conventional attack that threatens the existence of the state. Well, guess what? If we're using our long-range rockets and weapons and bombs, not us, but we give them to you, they're our proxy. They're doing it for us, basically. And Ukraine starts using those weapons to attack deeper into Russia, whether they're hitting air bases or whatever. Russian nuclear doctrine says, yeah, you're threatening our state at this point. Boom, boom, boom. So Kyiv, Odessa, other areas get tactically nuked. What's the response? We're going to respond in kind. Somebody's going to fire off, right? What about the other countries in Europe that have to deal with the exposure of that nuclear attack by Russia on Ukraine? That's a whole nother thing to think about. Personally, I think the parties need to come to the table, as there's too much at stake that could literally light the match that sets the entire world on fire, literally. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Told you I wasn't going to take it political. I'm just talking about military facts and where the war is at this point, and who has the weapon, who's got the bombs. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let's have an intelligent, respectful conversation, because I already know how this is going to go, in the comment section down below. If you like this video, if you like me talking about other things that's not just related to cars, because sometimes we talk about this stuff when I'm under the car or working on cars or rebuilding something. We talk about stuff all the time when we do the lives, right? But if you like me to do more other stuff, just talking about regular current events and things of that nature, let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys very soon on the next one.